Hopefully this time it's actually showing something.
Apparently it ended 32 seconds ago.
That's fine.
Oh, watch now. Apparently it ended 32 seconds ago.
That's fine. That's live. Yep, I'm hearing it. Oh dear. That's going to muck up everybody's sound now. There we are.
Maybe go to your channel and click on it.
That's going to muck up everybody's sound now. Yeah. I think it works.
Yeah, I'm hearing it. There's a slight delay, but we're in.
Share it properly now.
We're live on YouTube.
Well, maybe, but that's not about it yet. Fraser's on his phone and it's just hovering in the air.
You're gonna hear that in the live stream in a minute.
I don't care.
You need to go back out of YouTube and back in or refresh it. There's a new link.
Oh, okay. Go back to the channel and refresh.
We just need Jamie going, what's going on? What is this? What? Hello? What the hell?
No, that Streamstructor, there we go. Yay! Start shortly.
Start it now. I've only got to happy.
Wonder if I should mute YouTube. Audio played.
Yeah, we remember it. That's what we did last time.
This is typical today. Thought Virgin Media finished their problems.
Oh, hold on. Okay, I just heard you screaming at Virgin Media.
Yeah, what's even worse is my camera's gone off again. Typical. Right.
Well, at the moment, you're on, Barry, but it's black.
Yes, that's exactly what I was planning, but not. Right, anyway. Why have you gone off? Weird, strange thing.
Arthur, can you say something so we can hear you?
What's up?
Right, you're live now, Arthur, on Barry TV.
Oh, cool.
I know, it sounds weird. Oh. Hello everybody, I don't know if you can hear me, but, well, that's stupid, you can hear me, but that's not the point. Welcome to Streamstructor. I know it's a pain, but I'm just trying to get my webcam working again, because unlike last week when the battery ran out, this time it doesn't seem to be connecting at all. It's annoying. Right, okay.
Well, at least this time we're all discombobulated heads.
That's true. I don't want to be a discombobulated head, though. I want to be a person. You know? Webcam's completely decided it doesn't want to play ball, which is annoying. But welcome anyway. While I'm trying to get this sorted, what I'll do is I'll put up something of image. I'll put up the running order. That'll do. Right, okay. What a great start this is, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Funhouse. I have with me just now Arthur, and I also have with me Fraser as well. Hello, guys.
Hello.
I don't know if you can... Oh, you are there, Arthur. Sorry. I just couldn't hear you that well.
I'm here.
Yeah. It's alright. The magic of Skype. Still can't get you as I still can't get you as visuals, but I can get you as discombobulated heads, so that's good enough for me.
That's absolutely fine.
Yeah. Oh, we might have something now. Yeah, maybe not want to see that, but there we are. Fortunately, you can't, but there we are. Right, okay. Seen something different there. Right, let's see if we see me. No. Why you not working? Why you not work? Right, okay.
Oh, we've got a cute little cat though.
Yeah, that's part of the software. There we are.
So, if you are watching this for the first time, welcome to Barry's stream. Arthur and I have taken over. We are watching the comments on YouTube, so please do comment away, ask us any questions you want. Three nerds will happily, three white nerds in isolation will happily answer any question you may have.
Well, the first question I want to raise is, how's everybody's beards going?
I mean, I'm shaving mine. I put up a picture on Facebook going, isolation hair and beard don't care. And I got absolutely ripped to shreds going, that's not a real beard. And I'm like, well, it's all I can do. Leave me alone and leave my hormones alone.
You do know you get a bit more of a beard the longer you leave it to grow and the number of times you repeat the process. That's usually how it works.
Well, maybe I don't want a beard.
Fair enough. Well, I think I've kind of made a promise now that this will be my beard face.
Forever?
Well, until I get a haircut, which probably is going to be a couple of months down the line the way the shops are going, but there we are.
Yes, well, yes.
It's not like America where they can have face masks and cut your hair, which they're doing over the place at the moment. I think that's silly. But there we are. That's my personal problems out the way. Yes, hello, welcome to Streamstructor. How's the sound? Am I out of sync? Am I in sync? How's it working?
Well, I mean, you're in sync to us, but there's obviously a delay from what you get on your output.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm sure a few people out there can tell me otherwise if that's the case. We have 4 watching! Hey!
I do believe my brother Stuart, all the way in California, is watching. If you are, Stuart, hello.
Way! We've got some foreign people watching, and I've just now completely isolated him because we talked about America in a bad way, but never mind.
He's Scottish, he won't mind.
I want to do a bit of supermarket questions at the moment. How are the queues getting on where you're working at the moment, Arthur?
Queues probably between like 8 and 2 in the afternoon are still long and steady. So anybody listening who wants to go shopping, head in after 2 o'clock. Go for around about 3:30, 4. You'll probably be able to get into the store a lot quicker. Of course, most stores are closing at 8 for supermarkets, so between 6 and 8 is dead. So again, that's probably an ideal time to go in as well.
Where are you working again? Down in there, aren't you?
Yeah, Tesco down in there.
Yeah, well, the Tesco down in there is now stowed out between the times that Arthur's just recommended, but there we are.
I, for the first time, went to the Tesco's Express here in my undisclosed location. I refuse to disclose it.
Let's go.
Okay, great. There's
Well, narrows it down to about 800,000 people, but there we are.
Somewhere in Glasgow. And it was obviously 1 in, 1 out, and I went with my beloved, and it was the most stressful experience I've had so far in there, because they are doing the whole one-way traffic malarkey, and Sophie is Swedish and doesn't obey bylaws, so she kept sauntering up and down, and this angry man just walked by me, and I was like, "Oh, sorry, pal," and he was like, "Oh, for F's sake." I was like, "Oh, let it go, man. Like, just let it go. We're all in the same boat. Behave yourself." No one was breathing on you. No one was sweating on you. No one was coughing on you. No one was sneezing on you. Just get a grip. Boys, my gripe of the day.
Any gripes for you, Arthur? Guys are pretty much covered at one-way system. I work in a bigger store, like an extra store. So we have up to 40 to 50 aisles, so it is a one-way system, but the number of times people double back on it whilst you're trying to fill the area means I have to leave the area so they can go into it. So it's very time-consuming. I'll be polite because I could use very bad words against them, but yeah. Some customers just have no tolerance and will do whatever they want, unfortunately.
What's your gripe on the supermarkets, Barry?
Not being able to go in at a time I want to go in. I have to go late at night or middle of the day. I can't really go first thing in the morning, which I would like to do, but that's a personal preference.
Well, I think I'll be going back to Aldi after my Tesco's experience. Aldi was a lot nicer. Don't get me wrong, everyone's social distance on the outside, but as soon as you get inside, then it's all for nothing, and no one seems to care. And I went, nah, okay, that's fine. I'll go home and sterilise myself. It's not a problem. At least they weren't swearing at me in Aldi.
That's true. Ladies and gentlemen, just an old BBC adage here. Other supermarkets are available, but there we are.
No, they're not.
Anyway, yes, I have two discombobulated heads, can't even say the word. One of them is this gentleman, Mr. Coull. You'll probably see your mug on screen in a few seconds' time.
Oh, there's me. Oh, hello, me. Back when we could go outside. Those were good times.
I wasn't planning on Arthur, though, unfortunately, so I haven't got a miniature of Arthur yet, so...
Just pretend it's me, but a little bit greyer.
Oh, and the problem is I'm younger.
Are you?
I'm 33. What are you?
Are you? Oh, you had a tough paper runner, lad.
I know. It's starting to go white now, not grey, because of the light.
You are genuinely 3 years younger than me. But I think Barry's older than both of us.
Yes, I am. I'm the balding Santa Claus over here. It's fine, you know.
The balding Santa Claus.
Anyway, let's have a look at the running order of the archive materials today. I was threatening to do a Kidstructor, but I thought I'd leave that till next time, since next month is Kidstructor month here on the Deanstructor channel. So I've got 2 vlogs instead, and there's a reason why the 8th one isn't there. It's rubbish, so I'm not putting it on. Simple as that.
What's the 8th one?
Just be in the car going, this is what I did last time, this is what I did this time. See you later.
I love it when you're the car ones are my favourite.
Yeah, I'm parked outside the place I used to work for the podcast stuff, and I'm not really interested. I wanted a bit of fun and comedy, and this one's an interesting nostalgic one at the beginning about the How to Shut Up Girls video that I put on YouTube that you know about, of course.
Yes. Yeah, we'll tell you about that after your first video, Barry.
Yes, absolutely. We've got a Doctor Who review, which is a Doctor Who review of The Mine Robber. And then we've got my trip to Khublai Khan's. You remember Khublai Khan's in Glasgow, and they used to have all that stuff like kangaroo meat and things like that?
Yes.
Well, this is the first time my friend David Cherry visited Khublai Khan's, and the reaction is priceless. I'm really enjoying, looking forward to that. And we've also got, in between these, a quiz today. Now, Arthur and Fraser and I tried a little trial for something for work-related stuff regarding TV themes earlier in the week. And I've got some leftover tunes that I'm not going to use. So I thought I'd put them on as a little quiz. 10 tunes, and you guys can all take part. Leave some time in the comments. I'll play them through between the first two videos, and then obviously give the answers after that. So yeah, a little bit of a quiz today, and see if you guys can get the themes.
We do have an extra person in now. I want to know who it is. Who are you? Identify yourself in the comment below.
It might be the Escape Teaspoon again. They became a subscriber last month. That was brilliant.
Well, that's good. What did that bring you up to? 189?
189 as it currently sits, and it was 183 last month when I started, so that's 6 in a month, so I can't complain.
Good.
So Social Blade is predicting I have 200 by July. Don't think so, but we'll see.
Come on, people. Hit subscribe. Make an old man happy.
Moving on very quickly.
Subject change.
I used to like you until about 2 seconds ago, Fraser. Right, okay. We'll play the first one, which is the first video, and this is How to Chat Up Girls retrospective. About 8 years after I actually did the filming, and almost just over 8 years after the filming. You'll see clips from the actual story as well, but it's kind of retrospective of me going back to the outside scenes and where we filmed them. And it's quite a nice little nostalgic thing, and I have a little surprise for you guys, all of you, not just Fraser and Arthur, of course, after this as well. Here we go. Everybody, excuse the shadows in the sunlight. It is coming from my left hand side here. Welcome to my blog once more. It is blog 7, I believe. I understand it is blog 7. It's been a couple of months since I last did a blog, and I must say I've missed it to the extent. I have missed it. Do you mind the glasses? But even so, I thought it'd be just about time to do another vlog, and this one's with a purpose. I'm presently driving on the M8, M80 even, I'm nearly on the M8, going to Glasgow. I am presently going towards Cardonald, because I'm going to be visiting some of the locations from How to Chat Up Girls. Seems a bit weird, but I've decided I want to do that. It's been 8 years, so it's been a long time. This is definitely where we did the shot, where I walked round the corner. Definitely where we did it. As you can see from behind me, this is definitely where we did it. I remember the railings, and this is definitely where we did the shot. And what happened was, we were in David was in Brett's car, and the car was there, and he did a tracking in the car of me walking along, and it was about here. It was about there that I started running, and I just did a run all the way along here. I cannot run as much. lucky. And it was round this corner here that I kind of stumbled on the way to the bus stop. I think this is a street here I'm just turning into. I think this is the one where it's a hill. And I think this is the one where I did the screaming scene at. I believe it is. This one here. Famous run down. I think this is the one. I think this is the one where I ran trying to cross the road, and Brett was with his big car coming down here, because I remember it being a slope. I think it was this street, and I think it was around about here I was told to stop in the middle of the road and cower, and I just couldn't do it because I was afraid he would hit me, you know. He didn't, but that's where the shot was changed slightly. But originally it would have been one shot, but I had to do it in 2 or 3 because of the changes. But I think this is it. Oh no, look, there's a car. Oh, get out of the way, you idiot. Come on. Oh, just get a step out of the side. Oh my god, you're not going to make it. You're going to die. Everybody's going to be in the hospital. They're going to laugh at you. Oh no. That was a close one. He wants to swing his car. Yeah.
What do you think you're doing, you wee rapscallion? Get out my way before I leather you.
I'm now coming up to the bus stop where we did that infamous scene where I ran into the bus stop, although I couldn't run into it because I didn't have the confidence to convincingly do it because of the fear of hurting myself. It's definitely the right location. Definitely. Well, that's it. That's all 3 locations we used in How to Chat Up Girls. I know the last one, the Paisley Road West one, is definitely correct. The one where I'm screaming, I think I might have got that one slightly wrong, but time will tell. I believe that is the location though. But the one where I'm walking around the corner and running, yeah, definitely. I definitely remember the railings. They haven't really changed that much. It was surprising. Not much has really changed of the locations. I don't expect them to after 8 years, but it's just nice to see that, you know, those locations are still there. And those happy memories from that silly little film that we did at the end of 2000, beginning of 2001, still evokes fond memories for me. And once again, I'd like to thank everybody who took part in the making of that. Brett, David, Gillian, Lindsay, Derek. You've all made a happy episode of my life, and it's good to know that I can come back here and do, you know, a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. Well, that's me, before I talk any more rubbish. Thank you very much once again for watching. I'll speak to you later. Bye bye. There's a rare sight. The M8 clear over the Kingston Bridge. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. That was slightly embarrassing. Now you guys might recognise something I'm wearing here. What?
No, truth be told, Arthur and I watched How to Chat Up. It is available Hello. Oh yeah, your stream has frozen. It might be my internet, to be fair. So yeah, Arthur and I watched How to Chat with Girls today, independently from our socially isolating homes, and I said, the thing that really annoys me about this whole short film is that red shirt looks nearly identical to mine.
The thing is, it still fits. I'm going, no, how can it fit? It might be because a button's gone, but apart from that, but oh dear.
Yeah, don't stand up. Don't stand up.
No, I'm not going to stand up. Otherwise, the shirt will have to go in the bin. I mean, this is 20 years old. This shirt. It's been with me a while now.
Impressive.
Shows
So
how
I
much of a
have some
hoarder I
questions
am.
about Chat Up Girls. So I have questions about How to Chat Up Girls.
Uh huh.
So it was a college short film that you did?
It was, yes. Basically,
Was it?
sorry.
There you go.
It
No,
was
there you go. Your
basically,
channel.
we were split into 3 teams to do instructional videos of different subjects. One was how to build a desk. I can't remember what the other one was, and then the third one was how to chat up girls. And they're all saying, okay, who's the idiot that we can get on camera to be the luckless guy who needs help? Yeah.
Oh dear.
So did you rate it?
Well, it was a collaborative effort.
Right. So you said that you visited all the locations in that video there, but you didn't, did you? Because you missed out the entire chunk where you're at the inverted commas nightclub.
Yeah, well, that was in the school. That was in the college.
Right. Okay. And where did the idea come from?
Well, it was just a funny comedy thing we wanted to do. It was a brainchild more of David Parsons, who was one of the guys I worked with for that. Haven't spoken to that gentleman in ages. If you are watching this in the future or now, hello sir, hope you're well. Probably will never see this again, but that doesn't matter. But no, it was mostly his brainchild and Derek Gehrig, who is the one you see there as the in the video who plays Mystic Reg, the time traveling element.
Yeah.
Very, very basic. It was edited on a pneumatic tape recorder.
So was it
good old-fashioned linear editing techniques?
Linear editing. So you did that in 2002? Did you say 2000?
2000.
2000. So a whole 4 years before I joined college to do TV productions and operations, and a year before I did my very first short film. But the disappointing thing is, no copy of my short film exists unless one of the crew members that I don't speak to anymore is hoarding a copy.
Well, this is actually a second generation copy, because my original copy was taped over by the brother of Mr. Young, because they borrowed it to watch it.
Oh, I see.
So
I see
Stephen's to blame for my original copy not being there anymore. The copy I've got is my aunt's copy, so it's like a second generation copy.
Well, I'm glad it exists. I've been doing a little bit of future proofing recently. I've been uploading all my old short films, going through some old hard drives and stuff, and it's just, I don't know, but did you feel nostalgic watching that back?
I do feel nostalgic watching it back. I don't watch it back as often as I'd like to be fair, but I mean, I think you know by now, I'm not scared of showing my old stuff again. And watching it and taking part in it, But it is nostalgic seeing 20 years ago, 1, how young I looked, 2, how thin I looked, and 3, how stupid I was. But there we are. And I can still, and I didn't need glasses either. I didn't get glasses until about a year after that, so I've not always been short-sighted.
Any comments from you, Arthur?
I'm just surprised his voice hasn't changed much in the length of time it's been. Your voice sounds very almost similar in the short film as it does to today.
Yeah, well, they should be. I mean, it was all dubbed over. The original, it was all redubbed again afterwards. So we did try and do some audio stuff on location, but didn't really work. The bit that always gets me is the bus stop and the yellow bin that's sitting there.
Oh, good old Glasgow yellow bins.
The problem is with the VHS copy, obviously the luminance of yellow is a lot more. which is weird.
Hmm.
Your red and your greens were very vibrant as well. With all handheld camcorders.
Well, it was actually was it VHS, SVHS cameras we used,
Wow. Okay.
and then it was transferred onto pneumatic tape and edited on pneumatic
That is one
on
of
a
our-
non-linear. It's a broadcast quality. Well, it wasn't broadcast quality we recorded it in, but it was a broadcast equivalent tape, videotape. And I was in the part of it. I was actually in college at the time where they were going from linear to non-linear.
The line that always makes me fall to the floor, and Jamie's not.
Oh,
Jamie isn't watching, unfortunately. But the first time we watched it together, he hit the floor. He genuinely hit the floor. The boy couldn't breathe. Thought he was going to have a fit, and that was if I can make you come with one finger, imagine what I can do with all five.
Oh, that's great.
My favourite one is, what do you think you're playing out, you wee rapscallion? Come out here before I let you.
I just felt so sorry for the girl in that bit. Having to play that straight.
Yeah, poor Nicole.
Nicola?
Nicole, yeah. The thing that annoys me is, it wasn't even the same girl on the friggin' overhead projection bit at the end. It was a different person. That's how traumatised she was with the whole experience.
She was never seen again.
Oh, she was for about 6 months, and then she disappeared. But there we are.
Oh, well, Nicole, if you're out there, please let us know you're alive.
I'm sorry. 20 years later, I'm sorry.
It wasn't all my fault.
They made me do it. Honest, they made me do it.
He says as he gets taken off to court.
I'm going to take this off because it's actually warmer than the other shirt I was wearing. So I'm just going to take this off a minute. It's quite a warm little shirt. Oh dear. Right. So, yeah, that's the first of the vlogs today.
Woohoo!
The second one is going to be my trip to Khublai Khan's, which I will play later on. But before we go on to the next feature here, I'm going to do a little bit of a quiz. As I say, Arthur and Fraser and me tried out a little game using TV themes earlier in the week. And I've actually done...
You got a game show jacket?
Almost does.
It looks like it, didn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
This is ordered from New Look online, so I thought I better start refreshing my wardrobe just a little bit, because some of the shirts I've been wearing for years.
Oh, it's so impressive that you're putting on a game show jacket. Come on down.
Hey! Right, come on down. Yeah, I know.
Sorry.
That's terrible. But yeah, no, I've got four. I've got 10 theme tunes here to play.
Crikey.
Okay. If you guys want a pen and paper and to write it down, you can do. Obviously, you guys can leave answers if you are watching live in the comments on the side in the chat, and also down below as well. I'm going to play 10 tunes. I'm going to play them twice and see if you can get them all. All right. So.
Great. Well, I don't know if I'll hear it on the phone, so I'll turn up the telly a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. If you guys go muted so it doesn't feed back, then I'm fine with that. That's not a problem.
Yep. Okay, go mute now.
Yeah. Okay. So here we go. I'm going to play the 10 in order, and then have a think about what they are, and then we'll come back and give the answers after the next video. So here we go. 1, 2, 3. I don't have a holding slide. Okay, that's the first one of them. So I'm going to play him one more time.
I got 8.
You got 8. Ooh,
I got
Arthur,
8.
how many you got so far?
7.
7.
Ooh.
Well, you got a chance here to claw it over and get him for the other 3, I suppose. All I'll say is I'll probably have a content ID from the BBC at the end of this video, but there we are.
Yeah, you do have at least 4 in there.
Yeah, exactly. Might have a content ID from Disney as well from one of them, but there we are.
Yeah.
Yeah, possibility. One of them we'll talk about as part of the Kidstructors soon as well. Right, okay, we'll play one more time. Here we go. Number 2. Number 3. Number 4. Number 5. Number 6. Number 7. Number 8. Number 9. Number 10. That's not going to work. Okay, after all the embarrassment there, trying to give you hints. I don't know if that worked or not, but there we are.
I am still none the wiser of 2 of them.
Yep. And I've lost one in the whole thing. Sometimes I think.
So hold on, you've gone from 7 to 6.
No, I've still got 6. Sorry, no, I've still got 7.
Oh right, okay, you miscounted.
Yep.
Oh well, we'll
Find out.
We'll find out what the answers are after the next video, which is a Doctor Who review of The Mind Robber. Patrick Troughton story. One of my favourites, actually. Fairly early Deanstructor review as well, as you can see here. And then it finishes off with the arcade videos with the Khublai Khan strip. But we'll come back to the answers. The next one? Yeah, no. Have you got that one, Fraser?
No, no, my guess is terrible.
Your guess is terrible, is it? Oh dear.
Oh, I think I know what it is now. Yeah, okay. I think I've got. Yeah, I think I know what it is. Stop putting my face up.
Oh, I'm sorry. There we are. It's taken off now. Right. I've never heard anybody complain about their face being on screen before. That must be our generation. But there we are. Right.
Anyway,
Let's get on with it and play the next of the videos. Off we go for Deanstructor reviews Doctor Who, The Mind Robber.
Hello everybody and welcome to another Doctor Who review. This time, it's a second Doctor story, and one of the most psychedelic of the series. So, it's The Mind Robber I'm reviewing today, and in front of me as always is the television companion. So I'm just going to quickly read over the synopsis for the story. To escape from the volcanic eruption on Dolkis, the Doctor uses an emergency unit which moves the TARDIS out of normal time and space. The travellers find themselves in an endless void where they are menaced by white robots. Having regained the safety of the TARDIS, they believe they have escaped, until the ship suddenly explodes apart. Then they find themselves in a land of fiction, where they are hunted by life-size clockwork soldiers, and encounter characters like Rapunzel and Swift's Lemuel Gulliver. The domain is presided over by a man only known as the Master, a prolific English writer from 1926, who in turn is controlled by a master brain computer. Now the Master is desperate to escape and wants the Doctor to take his place, while the master brain plans to take over the Earth. The Doctor engages with the Master in a battle of wills, using a variety of fictional characters. Zoe and Jamie meanwhile succeed in overloading the master brain, and in the confusion, the white robe. It is written by Peter Ling, who's new to the series, and he worked on the Land of Fiction, quite a left field idea. Basically, the characters go into Land of Fiction, and that's what the story plot was all about there. So let's go into the main cast members. We have, of course, Patrick Troughton, the second Doctor. At this point, Troughton is at the height of his powers. He's found the character. He is lovable, bumbling, comedic, cosmic hobo, but still with that intelligent manipulation in the background. He's always one step ahead, or should be one step ahead of his foes that he's fighting. This one he is slightly unsure, he's not sure, but he is starting to piece things together rather quickly, and you do see that on here. The idea of a Land of Fiction, you've got all these different mystical characters and mythical characters from the Land of Fiction that which I'll go into in a minute. Some are ones you recognise and some are ones that you don't recognise. But Troughton works very well here. There's one element in the 5th episode where Jamie and Zoe, who are in the characters as well, which I'll explain in a bit more. There's a bit in there where Jamie and Zoe are actually crushed into book. And when they're crushed into the book, they effectively turn into fiction. And Patrick Troughton's Doctor escapes, climbs to the top of the castle where the control room is, this mystical castle where the control room is, and ends up having a moment of sadness, and you see that on there. It's a little bit of emotion that you notice there before the action moves on at quite a pace. And the action does move on at quite a crack, and I'll go into the production bit in a minute. But then you've got Jamie, played by Fraser Hines, and Hamish Wilson. Now the reason it's played by two characters is because Fraser Hines, who is the main Jamie, he contracted chickenpox during the second week of the episode being filmed, for the second episode. So he was replaced by Hamish Wilson, another Scottish actor, who I believe happens to be a cousin, distantly, of Fraser Hines. He plays it quite well for about an episode and a bit, in a kind of Glaswegian drawl. But basically what happens to get that happening is quite imaginative. So what happens is that Jamie meets Redcoat, the Redcoat shoots him, and Jamie becomes faceless in a kind of cardboard cutout. The Doctor has to put his face back together, and he puts it back wrongly, and it turns into Hamish Wilson's Jamie instead of Fraser Hines' Jamie. And then it's reversed again the following week, and Fraser Hines comes back, and it's quite a clever way of doing it, and quite a clever way of getting around the fact that you have a missing companion, a missing character. but Fraser Hine works as Jamie. There's elements where this Highlander training where you indicate he doesn't really read. He's been able to read because he reads bits off kind of computer with ticker tape later on about what's happening, a master computer that Jamie stumbles across in the control bit, computer room in the base, in the layer for the master. And I'll come back to the master in a minute. Then you've got Zoe, played by Wendy Padbury. Now, Zoe is still trying to find her feet as a character at this point, but there are some elements where you think the brainy know-it-all is turning into slightly a bit more of a damsel in distress at times. But she does a good job, Wendy Padbury. There's scenes where she's screaming and she falls through a door at one point, which is really good acting, because obviously it was just a mat below her, but she falls quite well. She's stuck in a jar at one point, but she's got one bit that's really quite good, and that's the fighting scene that she does, because she fights a character that's created for the story called the Carcass, who apparently comes from the 21st century telepress, which is kind of like a comic from the 21st century that they created here. This character is played by Christopher Robbie, who's over 6 foot, but he's wearing a muscle suit. And there's a fight scene between diminutive Zoe, who's just about 5 foot, and the Carcass and the fight there. And it was quite a good little fight, and a few tumbles and moves about, and I did enjoy it. I think it's quite a fun little story and quite a fun little moment in that. Then you've got the guest cast. You've got the master, played by Emrys Jones. Not Emrys Hughes. I said Emrys Hughes in a previous review, previous attempt at this. Emrys Jones, who is a well-known actor, Welsh actor, who's under retirement age at that point, but he's playing the master. So basically a 1920s writer who's taken into this world by the master brain and becomes the master. And you can see a split personality when the master computer comes through him, and then you've got the main character, the main writer guy himself, who he plays as well, who comes through later. And you can see the two characters, and he plays both of them very well. And I do like the sparring match that the Doctor and the Master have in the last couple of episodes in regards to trying to fight for supremacy of the world and trying to defeat people. You've then got some guest cast members. You've got Christine Peary, who plays Rapunzel. Very small part, but I love the fact that her hair is used to climb the castle walls by Jamie, and then used later on for the Doctor to climb down into the control room, the computer room, to look at the master computer. Then you've got the character of Gulliver, Lemuel Gulliver, played by Bernard Horsfall, who is actually, and I said that right, Bernard Horsfall, there we are, who actually becomes quite a favourite of David Maloney, the director, over the years, and is better known as playing one of the Time Lords in the War Games and Chancellor Goth in the Deadly Assassin. But those are two stories that I'll review in time, so don't worry about that. But he plays Gulliver really good, and I like the fact that Peter Ling has included some of Gulliver's speech patterns and the ways Gulliver talks, and he actually talks some phrases from the book, Gulliver's Travels, and uses that as part of the character, and I think that's quite a clever way of writing around it. Quite interesting production values in this one. Further, one of the biggest things is that every episode is less than 20 minutes, or just one of them's just over 20 minutes, but the shortest episode of Doctor Who ever was 18 minutes, just over, and that's episode 5 of The Mind Robber. But part of the reason for that is because they didn't actually budget for 5 episodes for The Mind Robber, they only budgeted for 4, because there was supposed to be 6 episodes of the previous story, The Dominators, but it ended up being 5, so they had an extra episode they had to do something with. So Derek Sherman got with Peter Ling and wrote an extra episode at the beginning where they're stuck in a place of nowhere with the TARDIS after escaping the lava flows from the Dominators, because Dolcus had been a localised eruption and there's lava flow over the TARDIS. They managed to escape into this land of fiction, and this is how they've started the story. And the premise of the land of fiction is really quite wonderful, because of all the characters that I've mentioned previously. But also, I do enjoy the story for the plot line. Peter Ling is quite out there. He's very psychedelic in some of the elements that you're seeing in the story, and you can see that quite a lot in the episode itself. It really does work. But it really is one of these stories where you can, if you need to take your brain out, do so, because it's very simple. It's a simple story, really, but the way it works and the mystery and the puzzle is really quite good, and the way they got round the fact of the Fraser Hines situation with his chickenpox is really creative, and certainly one of the best creative ways I've seen of a character being taken out, or an actor being taken out for a couple of days, and it wasn't a holiday situation, because Doctor Who used to have these characters where they went on holiday, so they used to have pre-filmed inserts and things like that, so the actors would take a week's break from filming, even if it was the middle of an episode, middle of a story. But this one was unforeseen, and it's a great way of covering it, and very imaginative the way they've done some of the characters. They've got Medusa, you've got a unicorn, you've got the Minotaur, you've got Rapunzel, of course, you've got D'Artagnan, you've got all these different characters, and they really do work, and it's great to see them all showing up and showing what they can do as fictional characters. And most of them are pretty quiet, pretty lame, and very there just to drive the story along. But there is an interesting couple of characters have been written there, especially Gulliver. It's very clever how that it's used with Jonathan Swift's original text is used for some of the dialogue that Gulliver actually spouts in the story. Overall, there isn't really any music. In fact, there barely is any music. I think it's very basic sound effects. I don't think there is any music, if I remember correctly. So it's a very music-light story. But overall, I do like the story. I do like watching it on a regular basis. And I would give it 4 TARDISes out of 5. That's it. Thank you very much for watching this review. Tell me what you think of the Mind Robber. Give me your ideas and your information and what you think of the Mind Robber. Leave a comment down below. Check out all the rest of the Deanstructor reviews of Doctor Who that have gone on. There's 6 others so far. So if you want to find out my thoughts of something like The Green Death or The Visitation, check out the playlist below as well. It's also up in the top corner here, or that corner. I can't remember, it's that way, I think. But yes, don't forget to subscribe as well if you like what you see. Click that notifications bell. There is a video every Sunday at 4 PM GMT. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you later.
Ah, that was too early. Oops. Oh dear. That was too early. Oh my goodness. Oh well, there we are. Deanstructor reviews Doctor Who, The Mind Robber. Was it groovy, Fraser?
It's what blew my mind. Now I'll confess I've not seen that episode. The Master, but not the Master. What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
What's
different
that all
thing
about?
entirely.
Yeah, that was a bit confusing.
Fair enough.
Arthur, did it inspire you to watch classic Who?
A little bit, actually, yeah. I like some of the classic stories they came up with back in the day. Because,
You'll also fancy Zoe. Everyone does.
There's also that part.
Let's be fair, that's not difficult.
Yeah. The female leads back in the day were very pretty.
Yeah. Nessa.
She's from the Warrior Planet.
What, Leela?
Is that Leela? Right.
Leela with the leotard.
Yes, that's the one.
Yes. Yeah, I can see why she was there for the dads, but Leela's actually an interesting character overall.
Although the great shame for Leela, played by Louise Jameson, was when they brought her back for Dimensions in Time, which we won't talk about. Was that the 25th anniversary? No, 30th anniversary.
30th anniversary. Put her in a squaw costume.
Yeah, and they put her in some weird pantomime Indian costume. She should have said no, surely, or maybe she tried. To be fair, and the
maybe she
like,
said, "I don't want to wear a skimpy outfit," and they said, "Well, that's the best compromise we can give you." I don't know.
Yeah, I just felt sorry for her. It's not a great story, and the majority of New Who fans will have no idea what we're talking about anyway. It was just bizarre back then.
The Mind Robber certainly one to look at if you can get a chance, Fraser, because it's definitely out the ordinary from what's available in that area. There's a lot of base Under Siege in the Troughton era, especially this time when the story is released.
I am a fan of the base Under Siege episodes.
But this is a break from it, and it makes it so much more interesting. It's because of the Dominators before. It was supposed to be 6 episodes of the Dominators, and it didn't happen. They only made 5, so they had an extra episode, and that's where the first episode of The Mind Robber comes from. And it's actually one of the best pieces of television they recorded in the 60s for Doctor Who, in my opinion.
Well, I shall definitely, once I get my BritBox subscription back up and running again, I shall investigate that episode, that story.
Yes, unfortunately, social distancing means you can't go and visit people to borrow the DVD. So
Yes, and I'm sure Jamie would be round in a heartbeat as soon as you can say, cup of tea.
yes, cup of tea. Speaking of cups of tea and things like that, I was editing the Finders Keepers Kidstructor today.
Uh-huh. Oh, God.
I've never bleeped so many swear words from Jamie in a video.
Why was he swearing so much?
I have no idea, but he said the W word about 7 times.
Oh dear.
I've still not finished it because of that, so thank you, Jamie. You take longer than I need to, but there we are. Speaking of Kidstructor, obviously next month, if you don't know, on the Deanstructor channel, it is Kidstructor all month. After the Streamstructor that happens on the beginning of June, it's Kidstructor every Sunday. And next month will be Kidstructor related in regards to the archive videos as well. A couple more Kidstructors coming up. I'm going to skip along a little bit and pick my favourite Kidstructor, which is actually one of the more recent ones that me, you and Jamie have done. Fraser.
And you day every day, Huxley Pig.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one of my favourite ones. Although some of the comments have been happening when we recorded in February have been even better, actually.
Okay.
Some of the suggestions we had for different names for Jamie were brilliant.
Oh, yes. Moira, yes.
Yeah. Auntie Moira was one of them, but there was different suggestions that that was in the video that just went out last month for Spot.
Yes.
And Raptormon 132 keeps commenting every video, which is brilliant. Thank you for that, sir. If you ever watch this, it's great you having your memories from Australia of different programming that's been happening, and he kind of kicked himself. He didn't actually think of Spot on his suggestions, which he's now given me about 30. So there's loads to go, Jamie. Jamie? Fraser? Jesus.
Fraser, yes. I did dig out one of my old DVDs that had like old kids TV shows that I like to go through once this as well. Then I was going to say when this is all over, but no, we are slowly but surely working on the technology so we can do some isolated Kidstructors, and I'd love to get Arthur to suggest his favourite kid shows growing up as a kid and get him involved. I think that would be quite fun.
I don't see why not. I don't see why we can't maybe do a couple this month for next month as midweek videos as well, and expand on it a little bit and be completely Kidstructor for a month.
Oh my God, are you going midweek? Oh my.
Well, I tend to do a video midweek if I'll do a second video in a week, but it tends to be once a week. Keep the schedule going.
Good to know. I've got 2 videos sitting waiting to be touched, to be tenderly cut together. I'll get around to that at some point.
You've got your second part of Stuart Bannerman video to do, haven't you? Still,
I've got the Stuart Bannerman Part 2 interview where I talked to him about plug. Where I talked to him about him making his very first short film. Stuart for years and years was a publicist and a supporter of the indie film. And he took pen to paper and he went and made himself a trilogy of short films called the Mimi trilogy. So I asked him all about that. As a filmmaker with fresh, hungry eyes, opposed to me, the bitter old hag in the corner. So it was nice to get to hear his views on that. So yeah, I've got that to do. I did one with Des O'Gorman, stand-up comedian, actor, Ghostbuster, Irishman. How else would you describe Des, Arthur?
General awesomeness.
So yeah, I did one with him. So
yeah, that one that you've been having trouble. Well, I will be having trouble editing because there's so much that you've recorded that you don't want to put in. So that'll be fun.
Yes,
you have said that to me. Anyway, go back to the quiz and the audio quiz that we had just before the last one here. I played 10 TV theme tunes. As I say, content ID might be rife on this video once it's finished, but Yeah, 10 TV theme tunes. Fraser, you said you had 8.
8, yes, and I think I might know what one of the other ones is.
Alright, and Arthur, you said you had 6. Is that still the case?
7 for sure. 6 for sure. 7 for a guess.
Ooh.
Right. Okay. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play them back, and then I'll stop them after each one, and you can give me the answers. Alright?
Okay.
So here we go. Here's the first one. No, that's the last one. Right. Okay.
Do you want us to guess that one?
So what would that be?
Arthur?
Number 1, not a clue.
I think it is Open All Hours.
It is. Well done. 1 point for you, Fraser.
Nice.
Okay, here's the second one.
You know this one.
It's all about witches, of course. It's Bewitched, isn't it?
No, you gave it away before one of us could guess.
I had to write everything else.
You had Bewitched down, and Fraser, you had Bewitched as well.
I did have Bewitched, but for the briefest of seconds when it started, I almost wrote down I Dream of Jeannie, funnily enough.
No joke. I did the exact same thing.
Oh, really?
Did you?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Shame I didn't
literally
confuse you anymore by putting Dallas on later.
Two peas.
Yes. Okay, here we go with the third one. I'll let you answer this time, guys. Right, what was that one?
Arthur?
Mastermind?
It is Masterminds, yes.
Yeah.
Well done, I had that as well.
Well done.
Yeah.
This one's probably the easiest tune of the lot, but I'll let you play it. Great TV theme. Shame about the programme itself. What is that, Fraser?
Oh, it's EastEnders, but hey. EastEnders is a solid piece of drama, and not just because one of my friends writes on it. It's genuinely a solid piece of drama. It was a lot. I thought it was better when Steve was in it and stuff like that. But no, I ended up 2 Christmases ago. I ended up watching bits of it, and I got sucked right back in again. It's good. It's good drama.
It's a running joke in my house when I come back from when I was still working in an office and coming back. I used to always come back when EastEnders was playing. So basically, I would eat my dinner as soon as possible and go away. So it became my favourite programme according to my parents. But there we are. Now this one. I don't know if you guys will get this one, but we'll play it. Do you know that one?
Let us both have a guess. Arthur?
Nah, I'm not even going to guess. I have this feeling it's something Australian vibes, but other than that, no.
See, my guess is El Dorado.
No, it's Breaking Bad.
Oh, okay.
It's not even Australian, it's American.
Nice.
It's American.
Oh, well.
And I've only managed to get through the first 3 seasons. I've not managed to get any further. Unfortunately, when I was watching Breaking Bad, it was around about the time my aunt passed away, and I kind of just couldn't be bothered after she passed away, because it got to the very gory bits in it by that point.
Yeah, no, I get that.
So I've kind of never gone back to it. I should really complete it, because apparently the last 2 seasons are great, but it was dragging a little bit when I was watching it, so maybe that doesn't help. It's my personal opinion, though. Can't all like everything. Here's the next one. Number 6. What was that one?
Arthur?
IT crowd.
Yep.
It is the IT crowd, yes.
What a classic.
Now this one I've still to edit for the Kidstructor. Hint. I think you know what this one is anyway, guys. I don't think I need to...
I knew what it was, but I'm curious to see if Arthur knows what it is.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
I love Zap. That's a great...
That is, of course...
Art Attack.
Heart Attack, yes. We've done the Kidstructor for that. I've still to edit that down, actually. I've started Finders Keepers, and I'm going to do the Heart Attack next. It's not the order they're going out, it's just the way I've edited them. But that's the next one to do, and my goodness, what a mucky mind for Jamie has in that one, that's for sure. I've just lost my pen. Oh well. Right, okay. Here's the next one. I think you'll get this one, although I obviously did it without the lyrics to make it a little bit harder, but I think it's still easy. What would that be?
That would be the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yes. Okay, this one. You said you think you might know it, Fraser, this next one.
Yeah, maybe.
My actions the second playing probably doesn't help anybody. What do you think it is, Fraser?
Is it High Ho Silver?
No. Not quite. Well, that's the phrase that the character would do, yes. That's not the name of the show.
Oh, God. They made a movie of it with Johnny Depp, didn't they? And it was terrible.
Yeah. Arthur, do you know it?
I have Rawhide down.
No, it's the Lone Ranger.
The Lone Ranger.
So you're right. Hi ho Silver is what he used to say when he started to ride off. Hi ho Silver, away! But
into obscurity.
maybe. But then again, Western TV shows were very popular in the 50s and 60s in America, so I suppose.
They were, yeah.
And here's the last one.
Really?
And you don't know this one just because it comes from a band that's Welsh, Fraser, do you? But there we are.
No, because I was a genuine fan of the TV show. Admittedly, not when it went out originally, but I love that when it went out because it's a mockumentary. This particular TV show, and I love that it went out and the cast and crew were fairly obscure at the time. They weren't super famous at the time, and people thought it was a genuine documentary of The Office.
It is The Office, yes. So how many do you guys get? Let me know.
So I got 8.
You got 8. Well done, Fraser. And Arthur, you did you definitely get 7 or was it 6?
No, 6 after all.
You was 6 after all.
Where did you fall down?
Number 9, Lone Ranger. I had Rawhide.
Right.
You're in the right area, right genre.
Yeah.
Rawhide.
I know.
Yeah, but that's more famous from the Blues Brothers, that song, isn't it?
Yep.
Yes.
Now, oh dear.
My heart's calculating, my true love will be waiting.
Now, on that last Doctor Who review there, we were talking about the line robber and an actor called Hamish Wilson, who unfortunately passed away.
Yeah, he said they passed away not that long ago, didn't
About
he?
6 weeks ago, and it was from the virus I shall not name, the one that's causing all the lockdown, which was a shame, apparently.
Ah, yes, the bastard virus.
Oh, thank goodness this isn't for kids, but there we are.
Not a bad word? It's not a bad word.
Yeah, I would say it's a bad word. I always thought it's a bad word.
Well, in Old English terms, it means child out of wedlock.
Thank you.
I mean, in modern terms, it's really an ineffectual word now. But suppose when we were young, it was still seen as a frowned upon word a little bit, I suppose.
Yeah.
Well, I'm from the 1800s. What is this technology? I have my can and a piece of string. Hello, operator. 2212.
You've got your own brownie camera, yeah.
Beg your pardon. Oh, the camera. Sorry.
Well, that's a Kodak moment if ever there was one, but there we are.
Oh, nope. That's how you go to jail. Carry on.
Anyway, moving on. We'll play the last... Sorry, what was that?
Nothing. Carry on.
We'll play the last of the videos now, which is Vlog 9. Vlog 9, rather, not Blog 9. Vlog 9.
Why are we missing Vlog 8? This is inconsistent.
Yeah, we're missing Vlog 8, and this will happen for a few more of them, because they're not... I don't feel they're... I don't know. I decided I wanted to have a bit of a fun finish in this one. I was going to do a Kidstructor, and I thought I'd have a fun finish by putting this on, which I think is just as good, in fact better. That's why I chose
Release Vlog 8. Release Vlog 8. Release Vlog 8.
Not for a couple of months, but I might do that. You never know. But at the moment, yeah, we'll do the Vlog 9, and it's...
Snyder cut.
What was that?
Snyder cut.
Thanks, Fraser. Oh dear. Right. Okay. Let's just prove. There we are. Discombobulated heads come up again. No, don't do that. No. Well, there we are. But yeah, no. We'll play the next one, which is the vlog for my trip to Khublai Khan's with Rintu, my friend Alan, with friend Rintu, my friend Alan, and my friend David. When David's first trip to Khublai Khan's. Sorry, what?
Seen this one? I've not seen this one.
Have you not? Or you?
No, I'm looking forward to this.
I think you might enjoy it. I can assume that Arthur hasn't seen any of these, but there we are.
Seen some of the stuff, not a lot of it though.
No, that's cool. Anyway, I'll get on and play this thing, and then we'll come back and wrap up for the day. But here we are, Vlog 9. Another vlog, another day, and I'm here with Rintu and Alan. David is on his way somewhere, and Alan has already found one of the most destructive things in the whole place, the village burning kit. So we're here at Khublai Khan's, and we're going to experiment some foods. Well, we're here mostly for David, who's not turned up yet. And there we have just got David Sherry walking past the place. David! 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 Right, I think David's about to come this way, but... Prat! Biggest pratters in the world! This is a man who gets exuberant over certain Doctor Who stories. Here he comes.
Here comes Bod.
Okay, I've gone for the ostrich with sweet and sour sauce. So I've gone quite safe, really. Rintu, what did you end up doing? Dropping his chopsticks.
Well, I've just dropped the chopsticks. I think I'm having wild boar with stuff.
With stuff?
Yes.
Right.
I kind of had an accident over there, and there seems to be lots of chilli and lemongrass, and probably a lot of garlic. So I'm not kissing anyone later.
Fair enough. David?
Well, thrillingly, zebra, because I actually haven't had zebra before, which is a very rare thing to say, because I'm very much a pie, and there's not very many meats left I haven't tried, so I am looking forward to this.
And
I'm also opting for the ostrich, and I've gone for a sauce which is known as Bobby's Bum Buster, which I'm assuming means that I'm imminently about to explode from the rectal region. So we'll keep you updated on that.
Alan has an interest, you see.
I have an interest in having my bum busted.
Wales written to special foods. Let's see.
This is one of my first attempts for like 5 years at using chopsticks.
Very good.
That's nice.
Very good.
Whoa!
Got a bit of a kick. That's intriguing.
For a minute there, texture, melt taste. Strong taste. So yeah, the flavour develops and it's still on my tongue.
Try something.
It's actually, you should, it's intriguing.
I think that's really nice. I like it. Lots of lemongrass. Lots of lemon.
Let's take
Some chilli, some garlic. It all works.
And it's really
I can never
intriguing
grab
because
these things, innit?
it's one of the best delayed reactions in food I've had in a while, because you chew it and you're like, oh, that's an interesting texture, it's a nice taste, and then all of a sudden, about 5 seconds there,
Realise you're not filming
lemongrass, spicy, whoa!
I know, sorry. What meat's that?
It's some shit I made up. Lots of lemongrass.
No, what's the meat?
Oh, it's wild boar.
Well, it tastes beefy.
I'm a complete amateur when it comes to chopsticks. I'm going to stab the fucker.
I don't think that's going to work, Alan.
It's not sharp enough.
Ah.
Hey, right.
I'm impressed with your video wall.
Thank you.
Are you getting the aftertaste yet?
I got it after the first tongue taste.
It took like 5 or 6 seconds, but it was like...
There's a very earthy taste to it, probably because of all the lemongrass.
All the fact that it's wild boar.
Wild boar.
What are you going to do? What are you going to do when they come for you? Wild boar. Oh no.
I thought that was Duran Duran. Was that Duran Duran?
Yes, wild boar. Wild boar.
Excuse me one moment.
Yeah, 1 minute.
Well, go for it.
Right, Alan, come on.
Zebra, I'm interrupting. Let's go.
Right, okay. Zebra.
It's the victory meat! It's the best meat!
Sod my bloody ball. This is David's time. Right, now for the fun bit.
For anyone who's familiar with men behaving badly, Zebra, I fucking love you. Right, okay, now,
As you probably know, that conveniently the man who wrote Men Behaving Badly did write last week's episode of Doctor Who.
Have they stolen your cutlery?
well, he just ran off with my knife.
Yeah, I did.
No.
I basically grabbed it and aggressively took it.
Again, I'm just going to stab my ostrich and
Absolutely brilliant.
Bobby's Bumbuster, here we go.
This is the best meal I've had since February. You have that title, Richard. You've given me my best meal since February.
I'm just trying to get Alan's cutlery.
How's ostrich?
It's kind of,
I think we're having an emergency cutlery.
yes, could I have a fork, please?
Actually, could I have some too?
Mike, can you just get cutlery, please?
I'm sorry, I'm trying to train. You don't take it back.
Yes, it's quite nice. It's fairly warmish.
May I try the ostrich?
Yes, bear in mind that this is Bobby's Bumbuster.
Right. Is that ostrich?
Thank you very much.
Oh, must focus here, we are.
You went a little bit easy on it, didn't you?
I don't think it's the ostrich that's the issue.
Okay, ostrich is interesting. Spices.
I do feel that I slightly underdid the chili sauce, so I'll just have to rectify that next
No,
time.
I am excited. I've tried 2 meats for the first time today. Ostrich and zebra. That is brilliant.
Here's someone who's getting slightly tipsy and drunk.
This is true. In fact, my latest beverage is, of course, a Russian beer that I've never tried before, and I do like a night when there's something I haven't tried before.
Apparently it's called communicative.
So the next meal is going to be venison. Already things are here.
All right.
Venison with the magic sauce. Sweet and spicy.
Right, okay.
This is going to be interesting.
Trying mine now.
Yeah, it's zebra.
Zebra. Very sweet.
That's very sweet. You could have that for dessert. I would put a candle on it and some icing. That's zebra cake. You're a big girl's blouse, that, Barry.
Okay, Khublai Khans, it's 10 past midnight, nearly quarter past midnight, and we're now getting to the silly stage, aren't we, Alan? Yes, that kind of says it all.
I would concur.
But apart from that, I think it's time for me to wrap up this vlog, so thanks very much, you guys, and see you later.
It's been a pleasure knowing me.
Oh, we're getting feedback from someone.
Not me.
That'll be me.
Oh dear. That's alright. I know you're watching it, it's fine. At least you know somebody was.
I mean, I was watching it. I just had my mic muted like a good boy.
Yes, that's alright.
I love there's a lot of swearing in that video, Barry.
Yes, I know.
Mostly from Mr. Allen.
Yes.
I miss the silliness of your videos. You don't do that anymore. Like the bod bit. I love that. And calling David a prat. And David's not a prat, but it was funny. You're like, David! And he's like, do, I don't hear nobody. It would have been hilarious if we went into the wrong restaurant and you filmed it.
You always did, I think, but I missed it.
And the slow-mo of him eating his food. Yeah, I miss those silly founds. They were good. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, so it's one of the ones that makes me smile in that respect. But it's just the whole conversation there, and I'm watching that and I'm going, does David remind you of somebody that you work with a lot more often now?
Arthur?
I was thinking more Stuart. There's very much Stuart elements to.
He's very Stuart Cherry. I'll let Arthur comment on that one.
No comment. What I agree or disagree with.
Stuart's a nice guy, but that's what. But that every time when Stuart talks stuff, that's what David was like 10 years ago. That's proof.
Does that mean we've got 10 years before Stuart calms down? Oh God! Oh God!
Oh, poor wee man. But yeah, I do enjoy that video just for the goofiness of it.
No, it was great. It's really nice to see. I really enjoyed it. Did you enjoy your ostrich?
Yes, I enjoyed my ostrich. It was rather sweet. I didn't really have a spicy palate then. I still don't really, but I can tolerate things a lot more than I used to.
And did Alan's arse fall out?
No.
There was a restaurant in Glasgow, and I can't remember the name of it now, where basically you'd go along. It was for my mate Ewan's stag do, so it must have been about 2013 now. And it comes back to 2012, 2013. And basically, you had a little card, and one side was green, one side was red, and if you wanted the next mystery meat, you'd leave your card up green, and if you hadn't, you put red. And I think they gave you 15 different types of meat in combinations, and that was an experience in a stag do. About 10-15 boys getting levered on pints of beer, eating nothing but red meat and white meat. And they were just sitting very uncomfortably, going. Well,
I went to Khublai Cards a couple of times, and we did a return video about 2 years later on David's YouTube channel when he was doing YouTube stuff at the time, and it just didn't seem to be as good, the video, all the experience, as it was that time round. That one I remember fondly.
Well, it's hard to replicate stuff like that, though, Barry. It's hard to it's hard to recapture that, magic in the bottle again.
The only thing with that one is the camera work was shoddy, but then again, that's part of the charm, I think.
Yeah, no, it's a great video. I really enjoyed it.
The thing is, it's the DV cam, so the ISO levels you couldn't fix, so that's why it was so dark.
Yeah.
But if I did that with my current phone, the quality would be a lot better indoors than what it was there.
It's absolute bonkers, like how good the quality is in your phones now compared to shooting on actual cameras back in the day. It's crazy.
Yeah. It just shows you. Both the videos we've seen tonight of vlogs have been filmed on a DV cam, and I think that was one of the last times I used the DV cam actually. But they're both shot on that format there, and it just shows you how technology's changed in 10 years.
Yeah. No, it's something. But no, I enjoyed that one, especially Bod.
Yes. No, that's one of my favourite bits. I just had this mad idea when I was editing it. Said, right, he's walking like Bod. Let's get Bod. And just play it, and it just makes it. And he laughs at it now, but he didn't enjoy it at the time. But he laughs at it now because he saw it again more recently.
Has he forgiven you?
Yes, he's forgiven me. Arthur, what did you think of that?
The whole thing was just rambunctious. It's just something that me and my friends would have done without the camera, obviously, but that's something that we would have done back in the day as well. It's
something I'm not going to be able to do for a
meat.
Yeah, it's something I'm not going to be able to do for a long time now. I don't think anybody's going to be able to do something like that for at least another 6 months.
What? Yeah.
Go out and have a meal like that.
I don't know. I think it's only. I think we're a few weeks away before restaurants, in some capacity, open, because, and I'm not going to get too political, businesses need to open because it's just going to be left in a horrible state of affairs if things don't start to reopen in some form. That's McDonald's reopening as a delivery. B&Q have opened their doors. I believe it's 1 in, 1 out. And Starbucks were advertising for staff in Glasgow. I saw that the other day. I've applied for a few jobs in Ayrshire, of all places. Arthur, I might be coming to see you. And slowly but surely, schools in England have been told when they're reopening at the end of May. At least I know the teachers have been told that in some places. So, there is definitely some sort of exit strategy that we've just not been told yet as the general public. But I don't know. Cinemas, theatres in London have already started taking out seats in order to properly social distance to get their doors open again. And they're all putting that into place. So it is only a matter of time.
It's going to be interesting when it does get to that and see how it all works. But yeah, I think you're right. I think the end of the month is when we'll start to see things happening. But because of the current situation, everything here, the channel is changing a little bit about what's been viewed and what's been looked at. And I was watching for the edit for the Finders Keepers Kidstructor today, and we had a joke about Quidstructor reacted to game shows. I'm seriously considering maybe trying something to fill in the vlogging spot, because the vlogs will have to stop for the meantime until we can get out and be more sociable again.
Well, I would like to officially invite both you and Arthur to a trip back down to Wales as soon as we're allowed to do so. Not just to do some videos, but there's parts of Wales that I just miss wholeheartedly, and there's parts of Wales that I've not been to before. So once it's safe to do so, let's get the vlogging going again.
Absolutely, but I've ran out of vlogs now. The last vlog, which you'll see next week to Summerlee Museum, is the last one I've got in the bag that I can actually put out. I've got others there that I need to finish, and I can't finish them for obvious reasons. So
maybe time to start doing the virtual museum visits online. Putting yourself on the camera, and here you see the Van Gogh. It's very nice. It's very nice. It's a good Van Gogh. Aye.
But yeah. There's ideas in the vlogs they have developed from the manic days that we're seeing in these archives ones, but I might go back to that if I get the opportunity. But I tried to get something going, and that's the only thing with doing weekly stuff. You've got to plan ahead, and some people can't do stuff.
Yeah.
So it's difficult. But yes, I'll certainly be up for a trip to Cardiff. Whether holidays and everything else allows me to do so, I don't know. I'm kind of limited in my holidays. If we can do things in the first couple of weeks of September, I'm in, because that's when I'm next off. But
well, we'll just have to wait and see. Definitely.
Play it by ear. You can drive this time. I'm not doing a 10-hour trip to Cardiff. I'm sorry.
Or we could fly.
If we're allowed to.
If the planes are on, yeah, it's true. Yeah. It's true. But we shall see. But as soon as they go, okay, go ahead. I'll be out of here so fast. Mumbles, here I come.
Yeah, there's lots of places I want to go and see. Couple of. Me being a castle boy, there's probably a couple of places I want to go castle-wise as well, but I know that's not really interesting for you guys. I get that.
No, there's a pink castle in Wales that I'm desperate to visit. I've seen it so many times, but I've never been.
A pink castle?
A pink castle. I tell you no lies, it exists. It's Castle Koch, also Castel Koch, and it's a fairy tale castle with a plaything for the rich and powerful. And it's a 19th century Gothic revival built in Tonwick Nicholas. I do apologise, I'm butchering your beautiful language. But no, we should go to that, definitely.
Definitely one to look at, but yeah. That'd be interesting, although I tend to be more the genuine articles than the country houses that were built in the 18th, 19th century. Sorry.
It's a real castle.
Yeah, well, I'll leave that to opinion until we get there, shall we?
It's a 13th century castle once used as a hunting lodge by the ruthless marcher Lord Gilbert de Clare. Just saying. Been there for over 700 years.
He said from Wikipedia?
No, as he said from the Castle Koch website.
Oh, you specialist. But yeah, no, there's lots of places I want to go, and I want to visit in Scotland, never mind down there anywhere else. But yeah, no, I'll be vlogging like hell when I get a chance to.
Film 100 just in case the second wave hits. Not again.
Yeah, but it gives me an opportunity to try something different on the channel, so I suppose I can't complain
True.
that way.
True.
But if you haven't already guessed, if you haven't already noticed, I am going to do a Constructor month next month, Constructor videos all the way through. Might do a few extra. I'll get in touch with you two separately off this if we want to do something Constructor-wise this month as in between videos. Social distancing versions. I want to see how it works on Zoom, actually. I want to see how that actually would work.
Sounds good.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah. And I think Fraser's kind of ran out of ideas a little bit about what he wants to.
I'm enjoying doing the kind of geeky chats. I had one with you and Ron Stewart, which was quite interviewee. Mm-hmm. But the one I did with Des was just more informal. It was more just like an hour-long chat. I'm going to do one with Arthur as well, and I've been messaging some cosplayers around the globe to see who we can get involved and try to do some stuff. But I love my channel, but I've never been busier writing scripts and sorting out short films and planning and plotting and doing other things. It is just taking up my spare time. So yes, I do have 2 videos to put out, and they will go out. I've got a filmmaking with Fraser that I need to do this month as well. So I think my content is probably going to go down to one a month, or every fortnight. I think that's what's going to happen, just because I am so busy emailing agents and production companies and doing online seminars and stuff. Like, I've never been as busy as this during a downtime. So it's been quite nice.
Well, it gets you going and keeps you going in that respect, and I have to admit I've probably gone slightly the other way. I've kind of, because I'm in the house virtually for 22 hours a day, 23 hours a day, I've probably gone the other way a little bit and vegged a little bit more, but...
As a freelancer in telly, I am used to extended downtime.
Mm-hmm.
This is longer than I would like because my last paid job was the end of November, start of December. So this is, I mean, freelancers as a whole in TV anyway, in film, this is sort of the norm, but it's now starting to pee a little bit. But I am used to 22 hours, and I have ways to kill time. It's not. XCOM on the PC and the Mac has completely taken over my life.
Fair enough. Sorry, I was just checking to see if actually you could be heard, and you can be. That's fine. I just want to make sure.
Don't worry, I did that test earlier. Yeah.
I've kind of realised. Hold on, it's an hour and a half in. I haven't checked to make sure I haven't been speaking to dead air for the past an hour and a half. But there we are.
Oh dear.
Yeah. Oh dear, indeed, Arthur. Yes. But yeah, that's about it from me. I think this time round. The camera's definitely not going to go off. It's got. I've actually plugged it into the computer, so it's actually working
nice.
on power,
nice.
Which helps. I kind of made up for that. I made sure it was fully charged this time, just to make sure I covered myself in case this did last a long time. So
good lad. Good lad.
Make that mistake, but yeah, no. Thank you guys for taking part today, as always.
Thank you for having us.
No, you're very welcome. I'd love to have you next month. I'd love to have Jamie as well, because I think it's important if we're going to have Kidstructor stuff next month to have the two of you on. Hopefully,
yeah.
Mr. Auntie Moira is going to be happy to come on and say his piece. That'll be quite fun. Arthur, you are invited as well, sir. But
of course, thank you very much.
I wasn't trying to say no, Arthur. I can't be bothered with you or anything like that. It wasn't meant like that at all. But
yes, it was.
I never read into that at all. Never at all.
Yes, he did.
It's all right. You if you come on next month, you'll be able to improve your mic quality as well.
Yes, we'll see about that.
We'll see about that. Yeah, absolutely. But yes, if you like what you see, don't forget to like this video and share it. Let us know what you think down below in the comments if you're not watching this live. I know some people are watching it. Extra people are watching it now. It's not just the three of us. There's an extra person on board at the moment.
Yay!
Yay! There's 4 of them working, and I've actually managed to find that in software chat thing I was talking about last time as well. I've been seeing all the comments or lack of this time round.
Yeah, it was quieter this week, but hey, that happens. That's life.
That's the way it happens, and this is why we have the archive stuff, just to fill the time a little bit. But it's still been fun. It's still been enjoyable.
No, it's been good.
It's been good, and thank you very much, Fraser. Thank you very much, Arthur, for joining in. As I say, if you like this video, don't forget to like it. Share it with the hashtag teamstructor. And if you do like the channel as a whole, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I can't say it. And hit the notifications bell if you want to find out when the new video comes out. General rule, it's 4 PM GMT on a Sunday, which is 5 o'clock UK time, Fraser.
Shut your face.
A number of times you've got GMT mixed up with BST the past few weeks. It's a shame. Because
we all have gaps. Carry on.
Yeah, that short film festival link you gave me. You said, "Oh, come along at 7:30 last Sunday." It wasn't 7:30. It was 8:30.
My God, I was so tired by the end of it. But yeah.
So that's why I've kept putting in the promotions now. So much UK time, just in case you miss it, Fraser. You know. But yeah, thanks very much, guys, for watching. We'll leave it there. But until next time, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.
Good night, stay safe, wash your hands. Bye.
All the usual. See you later.
Bye.